So I've got a cool announcement for you today, and that is that I've decided to make the platform that I built is called DistroList. It's an influencer library of over 250 million influencers across Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And if you're looking to search influencers to build brand awareness, to work with influencers as affiliates, you're trying to raise an army of people to sell the stuff that you're trying to sell for you, you can do that with a platform like this. And I've decided to make it free. Okay, it's not exactly free. We went from $97 to completely free, and then I had a lot of robots, like, I don't know, people like spamming the site and just username, login, and then just like scraping all the data that I had on the platform. So we decided to make it $1 a month. So name and credit card to access it. And therefore you can now go through and make as many searches as you want. And you can do that forever. Okay, so it stays at $1 and you can just use it. And I'm going to show you what this is because it's pretty cool. This is the platform itself, DistroList. When you go in here, it's really, really simple. You decide what you want to search, Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok. Here's a quick demo. If I'm looking for people in, let's say, New York, and I'm looking for people with an interest in activewear because maybe I'm selling a sports brand, I want to find influencers. If those are my audiences, my ideal demographic, then let's find the influencers who can help me really target that down. So let's say I'm looking for, let's say it's a physical store that I'm trying to fill up with potential customers. So I want to find influencers that have an audience in New York, but also influencers that are also based in New York. So I can do that. And by the way, I can search the whole of the United States, as you can see here, United Kingdom, any other country around the world. We have a very, very, very big database. So let me just type that in, New York again. Let's say I want to look for I want to try to raise an army of micro nano influencers who can kind of fill the space and bring their audience with them, or at least promote the fact that they're there, and maybe some of their audience will join. They have a closer relationship with their audience. The whole point of that is that there's a higher engagement rate. Well, at least you're hoping for that anyway. So let's say we're looking for people who have like 3,000 followers to say, I don't know, 15,000. And let's also say that their interests have to be aligned. So we're looking for people who are interested in activewear. And there's plenty of other interest there. Let's also make sure that engagement rates are around 2% at least, if that's considered the average. You can go higher. Let's go for 3%. And there's some other stuff here that we can use to narrow down that audience and those influences some more. But look at this. We've got ourselves 11,455 influencers. Now we can very, very easily just kind of go through the people here and contact them. That's really all I'm saying that this does. There's nothing too fancy about it. It's just a very, very, very big library that constantly gets updated that you can now use to kind of build yourself a big list. The clue's in the name, right? DistroList. And you can click these little links here. They're pretty cool. Like I can just click this right here and it'll open up that person's Instagram page. And I can go through, cherry pick, and decide who I want to work with. I can also save them to certain lists if I feel like it. So I can say, okay, so this is my NYC list. Here we go. Now that person's saved. If I go to my list over here on the left-hand side, that person is there saved in that list. Very simple, right? Not rocket science. I can go in here. If I decided to reach out to this person, I can say outreached, put a little like my NYC label, and I can say interested, or cheap to work with, or super expensive, don't bother calling back. Whatever you want to say. So that's your list, and you can obviously save more than one person. Let's go back to that search right here. If you can save more than one person, of course you can. You can save multiple people to the list. If you want, you can bulk save everyone on this page to that list. I mean, you've got over 11,400. You've got 11,455 people here. So, you've got quite a few profiles to get through. And that's it. That's what you're able to go through to do with this platform at the free option, which is practically free because it's $1 a month. So not completely free, but I mean, if you don't think $1 a month is free, then maybe you shouldn't be watching this video anymore. So look, this is a very, very good tool. Now, if you wanted to pay for what I had the price previously at, which was $97. If you decide that you want some deeper analytics, you can go further. And who was that person? Kathleen, that we picked up there. So these are all public profiles. So I'm happy to show you this on this video. But we can basically collect information on this person. So, okay, we've got some information here that just sort of jumps out to be like 69% fake followers. Okay, you probably paid. In fact, you most likely paid for your followers there to jump up to 14,800. So this is probably not someone we want to work with. We have some contact information there, male, female, gender ratio. Let's say we don't want to work with that person. I want to work with somebody else. So let's click on this person here. So we could start you can really kind of build your list and start going through the individuals that are in there and decide to find out people who are, you can work with people who you want to work with. It's really straightforward. I'm not an influencer marketing genius. We just decided to build a platform that can do this really, really well for really, really cheap. And that's what this is. Again, we've got this other person here at 54% fake followers. So it's really cool to be able to assess that, when you're looking at people, to have a good understanding of, yes, you have a lot of followers. Yes, I do want to work with you. But when you just quoted me $5,000 for a shout out, maybe I can look into some deeper analytics to find out if you're actually worth that kind of money. So that's really the value here. It's pretty straightforward. So yeah, for $97, you can access 250 reports per month, and it kind of goes up from that point. That's if you want the reports. Look, I'll be honest with you. I built this platform. Yes, of course, I want you to pay me $97. I want you to pay me more money. But the reality is, if you have a brand and you're trying to build something, maybe these analytics aren't so important, especially when you're starting out. Maybe you just want to build a very big list, put in some other filters here to narrow down that list some more, start saving them and start reaching out, because you know how it works. When it comes to influencer marketing, you've got to go to these people and you've got to start DMing them. You've got to start liking some of their photos. You've got to start commenting on their posts. You've got to engage with them, and then you've got to hit them up, right? So it doesn't, these people aren't just sitting here waiting for you to contact them. They're in, technically they are, if you're looking at it through one lens, but the reality is you're going to have to do a bit of work to get access. So, take the time to build a list, start doing your outreach, because that's what's necessary to build your army, to get the attention that you need from the people who have access to the audiences that you want to sell to, so that once you have done that, you can then get them to do the selling for you. So you've got to work on getting the attention of one person who has access to many. And if that's your mission, then DistroList is a pretty good place to start. And like I said, it's free. It's practically free. It's $1 a month. So there you go. I hope to see you on the platform.